And beside of me, I have quite an energetic lady, a lady who's multi-talented. I have read a lot about her. She's singing, she's dancing, she's acting, but above all that, she is the master of Tai Chi on board. Raven Cohen, welcome on board.
Thank you, Lada. That's very nice of you.
This lady is, of course, the lady who's going to be introducing you to the secret of both Tai Chi and what was the other one called?
Qigong.
Qigong.
That's the mother or father, or mostly the mother of Tai Chi. It's older and it's vaster. It's got thousands of different exercises, but somebody who wants to learn doesn't have to learn all 1,000. You just learn what you learn. That's all.
That sounds really good, and I just have to ask about your backgrounds. Can you tell us a little bit about how you became a Tai Chi teacher, instructor? Where did the road take you that way?
I was always seeking spiritual wisdom when I was a performer all my life, and I was a performer from 5 years old, dancing, singing, acting, and everything you can think of that I could be asked to do, I would do it. And this is the time of my life now. I'm 62. Yes, and it's the time to repair all that hard work I did as a dancer. Lada herself was a dancer, I'm going to tell the world now. And she, like me, she had knees that needed help, and so did I. But I didn't know it back when I started, and I was still in my 30s. I didn't know how much help I'd need, and I kept on dancing until I was in my late 50s, and now no, mid-50s. And I was a contortionist. I can still do it without a warm-up.
Crazy.
But I don't have any of my students even think of doing something like that. People are interested in maintaining their youth or building it back again. It's possible, and I'm the queen of building back a lot of stuff, you know, that went in this hard career of doing what I did. I needed salvation, shall we say, and I found it by finding my teacher, whose name is Mantak Chia, and he's a Chinese man born in Thailand, and he taught me a lot of what I know, not everything, because it's so interesting. There's so many people with so much wisdom, and you don't need the greatest experts in the world. You learn from, I always like to say, you can learn from a cockroach. In fact, they're really good to learn from because they've been around for millions of years. And how do they do it? They stay full of juices. The ancient Chinese people would look at all the things from nature, and they try to figure out, how are they staying graceful like a gazelle? How are they staying able to fly like a crane? They look at all these things, and they, for thousands of years, analyze it. And they look at all the elements, and they look at the ocean. And this is a good place on the ship to look at the ocean. And the ocean is where I teach every day at home.
That sounds just perfect. So I can see that we can have a lot of wisdom coming our way. What more could you let us into? I think the essentials of Qigong, then again, was a little bit different.
Of the basics that people want to learn is how to stand up and really feel that they have the earth under their feet, and we call it the heaven, but it doesn't have anything necessarily to do with religion. It's just what's up and what's down and what's in us, we believe, is one thing. So do quantum physicists these days. And I believe that all the ancient peoples understood this, and all the ancient teachings were built into all of our religions, and we're all one people, and we begin to laugh much more easily at differences. We see that everything is coming from oneness, and this is how peace can be found, isn't it? Peace within is where we have to start. So if we can become peaceful and quiet and not chatter all the time like we do on the cell phone, we take some minutes for ourselves, even if it's a few minutes a day. And if you glean anything from the class, it would be just how to stand up and to take, I don't even have to stand, I can just take my arms. They come up, and they don't come by muscle. Muscle is a bully in the body. Earth, gravity, Mother Earth, is pulling my arms down, and if I use muscle less, then I learn how to use my tendon more. When I activate my thumb and index finger, all the tendon lines of my body start opening up, and I don't have to. When you ask a normal person to take a breath, for instance, they take a breath like this, and their shoulders go up to their ears, and their chest comes out, and they're like, and they think this is standing up straight. But in Chinese medicine, we like to sink the chest a little bit, and that right away massages the heart. And then the lungs don't have to work so hard. They get a vacation. And you don't have to overuse biceps and triceps, because your tendons are what the ancient people knew that the animals used more than muscle. Have you ever seen a pumped up horse?
No, not necessarily. I'm at least starting to sit more straight when I listen to this.
That's right, that's right. And people are overdoing things. A lot of people who've been walking and running all their lives find that their knees start going, their hips start going. And people who have been sitting all their lives and not doing anything feel their hips and knees are needing a lot of attention. So it's time to just take it for yourself. Who is going to make you do it? Not me.
A lot of you right now are stressed out. You're short on cash. You've got a lot on your plate. Your world is moving a trillion ways at once. We're going to relax a little bit and talk about Tai Chi and Qigong. So I've got instructor Raven here to talk about ways to release some stress. But before we do the whole expanding all this action, let's talk about what is Tai Chi and Qigong.
What is Tai Chi? It's an ancient martial art, but not so ancient as its mother, father, you might say. Qigong. Qigong is really more ancient, but more people know the word Tai Chi than Qigong.
Why do people do it?
People do it because it is something that can get them grounded. What is so important is people are up in their heads, and we want them down in their more important mind is in your belly.
So is it a way to find balance? Because there, you know, a lot of people watching right now, their lives are so hectic. Is it a way you can kind of center yourself and find balance?
You get balance not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and energetically. And our energy, which is called Qi in Chinese,
Qi,
is the Qi, and Qigong means developing your life force energy. But Tai Chi means a completely different word in Chinese. It means learning from the extreme opposite, which is yin and yang.
Okay, well, there are a few simple exercises you can do to kind of center yourself and find balance. We were practicing during the break. I had to get it down. So let's just, you can go, feel free to do it at home along with to center yourself. So Raven, if you want to just lead us through it.
First thing I want to say is, before you think about all these beautiful things you can do for yourself, you've got to find yourself a teacher and get yourself to class and not let the monkey mind tell you can't do it. So when you get to class, you're going to root yourself down in the ground. You're going to push down many body lengths into the earth. You inhale up and you exhale down. About 9 body lengths into the earth. And when you establish that rooting, you can take a nice inhale. And your lungs can expand, but they're not doing the work. It's your rib cage doing it in your diaphragm.
Do this with me, everybody, and then you
exhale. And then your ribs in the front contract, but the ribs in the back expand. That's where your kidneys are. So you inhale.
So there's Raven, there's a lot more exercises like this at a class. You can find all the information you need to know on southflorida.com. It's a way to center yourself, get yourself together, slow down your life a little bit. Thank you, Raven, for being here.
Thank you.
The Sharp Dressed John, you got to inhale and exhale. You got to get your mind right.